Good afternoon and welcome to another edition of Litter Media Live. It is the Monday edition, August 10, 2026. I'm Dan Ramey, and late start, usually that is because I'm on my own. And the reason for that today is our Aaron Glandon and his darling bride, Kinsey, are celebrating their first anniversary. So congratulations on that, and enjoy the day and get back to work tomorrow. Yesterday, of course, he was very busy at the Ross County Fair for the announcement of the King and Queen and other events. We'll talk about that coming up in just a bit as we jump into news here shortly. But we'll also tell you that last week we launched the new computer, which we're using today. Just took me a little while to kind of figure some things out. So cross your fingers that everything works out A-OK the rest of this program. Let's take a look at the forecast for you and what we should be preparing for you. We've got a 50-50 chance of showers today. Temperatures will reach into the upper 80s. Overnight lows throughout the week will be around 70 degrees, and there is a chance of showers right through this time next week. It's going to be like that for several days. So can we say enjoy it while you got it? I will tell you that as my wife and I were driving around this past Friday, we went out to eat and we drove through the countryside and taking a look at the corn and the soybeans and all the growth, everything's so green here in August. It is, it's eye-catching. It really is, especially after the drought that we had experienced over the last few short years. All right, today is Monday. Coming up in a moment, we'll take a look at what's making news for you. But first, I want to take a moment to tell you about Accurate Heating, Cooling, and Plumbing, your trusted comfort advisor. When it comes to taking care of the environment that you live in and you work in, you want to trust Accurate Heating, Cooling, and Plumbing because they are right on target with everything you need. If you want to find out how they can help you feel more comfortable in your home or your business, simply log on to littermedia.com. Take a look for this ad, and when you see it, click on it. It takes you right to their website for Accurate Heating, Cooling, and Plumbing. That's AccurateHVAC.com.
Wherever you are, you're there for a reason. You shouldn't have to make a trip to the branch just to deposit a check. Skip the trip and use our mobile app to easily and securely deposit checks from your phone. Day or night, wherever you are, or whatever you're doing, download the Kingston National Bank Mobility app today.
Find a career you love with Pickaway Ross Adult Education. Skilled trades careers are in high demand with no signs of slowing down. Pickaway Ross offers career training programs with expert instructors and hands-on learning tactics to create a variety of opportunities. Visit our website for more information.
Each week, we'll announce the Neil Coleman Insurance Wyandotte Mutual Litter Media Player of the Week, presented by Homeland Credit Union. And in December, we'll announce the Player of the Year. Nominate any amateur athlete by visiting littermedia.com and click on Player of the Week. You'll also see the players we've named throughout the year. Make your nomination today for the Neil Coleman Insurance Wyandotte Mutual Litter Media Player of the Week, presented by Homeland Credit Union.
It's the details that make the difference between good enough and simply the best. At Skag Power Equipment, the difference is in designing lawnmowers with your convenience and comfort in mind. At Skag, we believe that quality and substance matter, and that you'll appreciate the attention to detail and craftsmanship we put into every single product. Thick steel and heavy-duty components provide you with unmatched reliability and performance. Skag, simply the best.
818 Eastern Avenue in Chillicothe. Oh, look, things have gone black behind me. Welcome to the program. This is Litter Media Live for, what is today? It's the 10th of August, Monday, Ross County Fair, and we're going to jump into some of that for you here shortly. But don't forget, you can always go to littermedia.com, check out everything that we have to share for you, not only here on our Facebook page, our social media, but you'll find it all at littermedia.com as well. In the upper right-hand corner, you'll find all the ways and all the platforms that we use with YouTube, Spotify, Instagram, Litter Media on Facebook, on X. It's all right there, including Litter Media Radio as well. Reagan Gilliland and Cooper Lambert were crowned king and queen of the 2026 Ross County Fair at the grandstand last night. Our Aaron Landon caught up with them after the ceremony. You can see, if you've not already seen the interview with them, on our YouTube page. But also when you go to littermedia.com, in the story where you can read more about the kids, you'll find that embedded there as well. Now, there's plenty of other kids on there, too, in this royalty. Gilliland, by the way, is a member of the Clover Clan 4-H Club and will be a freshman at Wilmington College, and Lambert will be a member of the Spirit Gang 4-H Club entering his senior year at Unioto High School. Other members of the Queen's Court include Lydia Berry. She is the first attendant. Phoebe Cydrus, second attendant. Lauren Andrews, third attendant. Erica Beam is their fourth attendant. And on the King's Court, first attendant, Preston Weaver. Cole Barker is second attendant, and Corbin Smith is your third attendant. So you'll be seeing these kids out and about as they make their way across the Ross County Fairgrounds. And they'll be at the sales arena. You'll see them not wearing the clothes they have on now, but you'll certainly see them wearing the sashes and the crowns throughout the day. Also last night, the part of the special ceremonies, special recognition awards, Kim Litter received the prestigious Friends of 4-H Award given to individuals, also families or businesses who have demonstrated outstanding and ongoing support of the 4-H programs at local, district, state, and national levels. Maddie Edwards of the Bubblegum Gang is the Junior 4-H'er of the year. And Senior 4-H'ers of the year include Addison Borland of the Hallsville Friendly Neighbors, Wyatt Ewing of the Junior Livestock Growers, and also club mate Clara Ewing of the Junior Livestock Growers. Congratulations to all of you for your efforts and what you've done to help 4-H and Ross County. Here's what's on tap at the fair today. The Unionto Marching Shermans are your band of the day, with bandstand performances getting up away shortly right now. In fact, they should be up and running right now at 12:30, also 2:30, and again at 4:30 this afternoon. Among the livestock shows, the beef team fitting contest got underway at noon, meat breeding goat show and meat goat show at 3 o'clock this afternoon, and poultry showmanship at 4 p.m. Motocross begins at the grandstand at 7 p.m. tonight. Don't forget there's a $10 charge for those 7 years and older to attend the grandstand event tonight. Tuesday morning's events include the Market Hog Show at 8 a.m., Market Chicken Show, Production Poultry Show, and Fancy Poultry Show at 8:30. Then the Horse Show at 9 o'clock. And don't forget that general admission for the fair is $10 for 7-year-olds and older, $7 for seniors 62 and over. The annual 4-H for All event was held yesterday afternoon at 2 o'clock in the show arena, giving children with developmental disabilities the opportunity to show animals. Here's a look at some of the event from the photos of the event from the Pioneer Center and Ross County Board of Developmental Disabilities. It was a wonderful day, and what a way to help kick off the first weekend of the fair. Now, later this week is the School Bus Derby. That'll be Thursday night, and during the Derby at the grandstand, they will have a Big Ten tug-of-war between buses. This should be a lot of fun, especially for those of us who are Ohio State fans. I know there'll be Indiana fans there because of them winning the national championship last year in football. And, of course, there is that blue bus over there, too. As the 82nd Ross County Fair has opened, the Ohio State Fair has wrapped up its 171st running. The 2027 Ohio State Fair dates are July 28th through August 8th, so mark that on your calendar now. The Pump House Center for the Arts held the opening reception for its August exhibit on Friday. Hanging by a Thread is this month's show, the artwork of Rhonda Binkley, and you can see the exhibit all August long. Thank you to the the pump house's Bev Riley. She's been a longtime friend and worker with the pump house, and she provided these photos that you'll be able to see on our Facebook page. The Pickaway County Girl Scouts are in need of a new home, and we'll tell you about them here shortly. But right now, I want to tell you about this guy. This is Michael Lafreniere. He has been, for the last year and a half, the interim dean at OU Chillicothe. Well, now he has had the interim dropped, and the title is all his. Dean of Campus and Community Engagement for Ohio Chillicothe. Lafreniere has been the interim dean again for quite some time. What took them so long? He seemed to be the obvious choice, and congratulations to our friend Michael Lafreniere. Now on to the Pickaway County Girl Scouts. They're in need of a new meeting space. So if someone has a spot open, please let them know. They meet twice a month, every other Friday from 5:30 until 7:30 p.m. And as it says here, if you have a space, they ask you to email 8965girlscouts@gmail.com. I remember being in the Boy Scouts, and we had a community area that we went to, and it was Cub Scouts when I was there. I didn't quite make it to the Boy Scouts. But I know they always have a meeting place, sometimes in a church. But if you can help out in a great way, they certainly need your assistance there in Pickaway County. Next Sunday is the Dog Swim Day at the Donald M. Smith Memorial Swimming Pool in Yoctangi Park. There is a $5 per dog charge at the gate, and they say it is cash only, please. So I want to make sure that you have ready cash in hand, ready to go. This swimming is for dogs only. No humans will be in the pool after 6 p.m. In fact, the city pool season comes to a close, and that'll be at 5 p.m. on Sunday. So they will have human swimming up until 5 p.m. Sunday, and then the dogs take over from 6 until 8 p.m. It's always a lot of fun for dogs and the dog owners also. Most all schools will be back in session next week, among them Chillicothe City Schools. That's on Wednesday, August 19th for 4th through 12th grades. Then Thursday, August 20th for K through 3rd grades. That's if you have last names that begin with the letter A through L. And on Friday, August 21st for K through 3rd grades with the last names that is, beginning with letters M through Z. You almost have to go back to school to be able to follow this. But you'll find dates not only for Chillicothe City Schools, but also for many of the county schools here in Ross, up in Pickaway County, also Pike County, and Vinton County, all in our story on littermedia.com. Just look for the school buses right there. The Ohio State Highway Patrol will be conducting an OVI checkpoint this week to deter the intercept, that is, impaired drivers. The county where the checkpoint will take place will be announced the day prior to the checkpoint, and the location will be announced the morning of the checkpoint. So watch for those important announcements later this week. We visited with this lady last week, Uptown Circleville's Shauna Hartsaw, about the Faces of Circleville fashion show. Technically, it's the Faces of Uptown. I want to make sure I get that correct. And that's on August 29th. She gives more details about the show in this Facebook post where you can see this now, I believe, in the news feed of our Facebook page. And if you missed our interview, you can check it out on our YouTube channel as well to hear more from Shauna and the important things going on up in Circleville, including their every 4th Thursday farmers market, which they started, and also they've got the 3-on-3 follow-up for the basketball tournament they had back a few weeks ago, back in July 18th, if I'm not mistaken. So check that out now on our YouTube channel from Litter Media. I was not in studio with you on Friday because I was in studio with these kids. That is Caitlin Brown and Hunter Robinson. They are the hosts of Handy Capable Kitchen. And this week's show, it'll be released later this week, deals with fair food. Yeah, I got the job of cutting up onions. But we were making brats. We had Ginger Johnson was there making some lemon shakers. There you see the brats that we're going to be putting into the frying pan. Caitlin's making a quick exit because the film crew was coming in while we were doing this. But we're also making some elephant ears. It was a lot of fun getting together with these kids and enjoying what they do to show that even those with developmental disabilities have fun and they can also do some really great things. So if you want to find out more, simply go to our Facebook page. You'll see some photos there. You'll also see this video, but the fully produced video, Bryce, the cameraman, he's the one making his way into the wheelchair there. He is putting this all together this week, so you'll be able to check that out on their YouTube channel. Tomorrow we'll have a special guest in studio with us, and it is Tiffany Baldwin, as she will be here to talk about the Sand in the Streets volleyball tournament. It's not too far away, so you'll want to certainly make sure that you join us for that. All right, coming up here shortly, we'll get you caught up to date with sports. We did have a winner announced in the Prospect League Championship Series. We'll tell you more coming up in just a bit, right after this from our sponsors.
It's time to get serious about your lawn. It's time to step up to the best mower brand money can buy. For nearly 4 decades, Skag has been the easy choice for lawn care professionals. Don't settle for anything less than simply the best when it comes to mowing your lawn. There's sure to be a Skag model that's perfect for your yard, big or small. Make your lawn the envy of the neighborhood. Visit your local Skag dealer today. Skag, simply the best.
The Pike County Career and Technology Center provides hands-on, skilled trades training with engaging curriculums and endless possibilities. From automotive technology, carpentry, business management, to culinary arts and interactive media. From electricity, welding, HVAC, engineering, and medical technology, to pre-nursing, basic food service, and public safety. We're preparing our youth for America's workforce through today's technology. To learn more about Pike County CTC, visit pikectc.org. Discover Ross County. From the breathtaking outdoor adventures to the historic sights of Chillicothe and family-friendly events and festivals. Explore more at visitchillicotheohio.com or download the free mobile app today. Introducing the Petland Litter Media Pet of the Week. We want to put your pet in the spotlight. Pets with paws to pets with fins. If they gallop, crawl, or slither, play fetch, or simply curl up and snuggle. Send us a photo of your pet and we'll announce a new pet each week. And one pet will be crowned Pet of the Year. To nominate your pet, visit littermedia.com. Click on Pet of the Week. Tell us about your pet and be sure to include a photo. Watch Litter Media Live each Thursday for the announcement of the Petland Litter Media Pet of the Week. No purchase necessary. Contest applications must be from Ohio residents and at least 18 years old.
At Tomlinson Insurance, we've been protecting families, farms, and businesses since 1853. From auto, home, farm, life, or health. We tailor coverage that fits your world with multiple carriers to meet your insurance needs. Real people, real service. Local agents who can answer the phone and care when it matters most. Tomlinson Insurance. Let our history be your future. Call or stop by today.
Whenever I first applied for the ArchWiz opportunity, do I have to pay this back? Do I have to do that? Like, is it a loan? And it's not. It's a scholarship. A goal of mine is to graduate college debt-free. If you're a crew member, you get $2,500 a year, and if you're a manager, you get $3,000. And especially if you're going locally to college, like to the branch or something like that, it's really helpful.
The Bean Foundation wants to raise awareness about suicide prevention by sharing 988. Trained crisis counselors are available to talk 24/7, 365 days a year. 988. Save the number. Save a life. To learn more about the Bean Foundation, click on this ad on littermedia.com.
It is time now for sports, and we start with a new Prospect League champion. Last night, Terre Haute was at bat. There you see the last play, foul tip, and actually it went into play. I guess it went off the butt of the bat. And Cape Catfish come away as back-to-back Prospect League champions. They defeated the Rex 6-5 last night to take the championship series 2-1. And they do have I remember being on the field when the Paints won this the last time. It's super crazy. I mean, the guys pour out onto the field. They're hugging. They're chest bumping. The crowd's going fantastic. Of course, they did this in Cape Girardeau over the weekend. So congratulations to them as your winners. And here's your most valuable player. Nate Dorinsky, selected as the Championship Series MVP. He batted .400 for the 3 games with 3 extra base hits, scored 3 runs, and drove in 3 runs as well. So congratulations to the Cape Catfish, your Prospect League champions for 2026. The Reds had a disappointing series in Washington over the weekend. The Nationals swept the Reds 5-3 on Friday, 8-2 on Saturday, and then yesterday a thumping of 7-1. The Guardians, meanwhile, found themselves also with a disappointing weekend. They managed to get Game 1 over in Chicago with the White Sox after beating the Sox on Friday. Chicago won on Saturday 6-3 and then 5-3 yesterday. And the Reds are in Chicago tonight, and they will be battling the White Sox. It starts tomorrow. They've been traveling. 3 games starting tomorrow. The Guardians, meanwhile, head over to Detroit. That set begins on Tuesday as well. Be watching the Haynes Total Healthcare Center High School scoreboard later today. We'll have scores from boys and girls golf, and the girls tennis season is now underway. With Waverly and Unioto today, Waynesville will be at Hillsborough and Circleville at Washington Courthouse. That's a look at sports for you today. Coming up in a moment, we'll get you caught up to date with this date in history. It's our moment where we teach you some things that maybe you knew, maybe you didn't know. You'd be surprised how much we don't know until we do this date in history. All right, so that's just ahead here on Litter Media Live. All I need to do now is find the next commercial. I am doing my best right here. With our new computer, we have a different display where we're finding things, and my muscle memory just is not what it's supposed to be. There we go. I found it. Let me tell you about Litter Quality Propane. Nearly 100 years of serving propane users in southern and central Ohio. Reliable supply, reliable people, and reliable service as well at Litter Quality Propane. Up next, this date in history.
Tecumseh. Fascinating. Captivating. Mesmerizing. Tecumseh.
Mark came to the Adena Orthopedic and Spine Institute in severe arm pain from a degenerative disc. Minimally invasive spinal surgery got him back to what matters most. At Adena, we do what we love, so you can too.
Life. It can get on top of you quickly, can't it? But with 211, it only takes one step to get connected to the help you need. 211 is always available to help. So get in touch today.
Time for this date in history, and we begin with 1793. That is the date we're focusing on today. Many of us have seen this in movies. Some have actually been there. I have not. I think the closest I've ever been to Paris is Paris, Kentucky. The only time I've seen the Eiffel Tower is at Kings Island. But the Louvre opened in Paris on this date in 1793. It would become the most visited museum in the world. And we've got museums here. We implore you to go and check out the Ross County Historical Society at the Heritage Museum here in town. Not only that, but we've got Adena Mansion and Gardens with their visitor center. We've got the David Nickens Heritage Center. It's available here locally. And speak of the devil, they're all right behind me here. On the same street, you'll be able to go down and check out the David Nickens Heritage Center too. So you want to find out more, explore your own history here in your backyard. Sometimes we take that stuff for granted. All right, national days for today. Agent Orange Awareness Day. Also Connecticut Day. It is Lazy Day and S'mores Day and Shapewear Day as well. I'm not too much into the shapewear, not too much into the s'mores, really. Just give me the Hershey's chocolate. I'll take that. And I can be lazy all day long. Don't get me wrong about that. All right, that's a look at the program for your Monday. Again, tomorrow, a special edition of Litter Media Live. We'll be joined by Tiffany Baldwin to talk about the sands in the streets. And that is coming up, the volleyball tournament later in August. Also coming up this Sunday is the return of Shakespeare to the Sugarloaf Mountain Amphitheater out at Tecumseh. You know, they don't have performances on Sunday, but they will this Sunday, and we'll explain more about that coming up on a special edition of Litter Media Live on Wednesday. I don't know what happened to our images. We had our wonderful images there, and again, we have the new computer. Some of the things it looks like hasn't made its complete translation on over to where it should be. So hopefully we'll get that stuff worked out this week. Enjoy the rest of your Monday. Get out to the Ross County Fair. Plenty of stuff going on. Support our 4-H kids as you're out and about at the fair. That's this edition of Litter Media Live. Thanks for watching. Back with you again with more tomorrow.
My family moved here when I was 4. My father bought a funeral home here in town, and my family has operated a funeral home since. We actually grew up in an apartment above the funeral home, and from the age of 10, I helped my parents in funeral service, and that's what I always wanted to do. I had my annual visit with my primary care physician in September, and I had recently retired, and I decided time to start taking care of some things that I had going wrong with my feet, with my hands, and limited mobility. And that started a path of probably close to 30 different visits in various parts of the orthopedic center. We tried to address some tingling and numbness I had in my hands. Turned out to be carpal tunnel, so I ended up having carpal tunnel surgery. Probably the most problematic thing was the foot pain I was experiencing when I was on my feet all day. I would spend all day on my feet cooking, and the next morning I could hardly get out of bed. So I decided I needed to do something about that. I didn't want to live with the pain the rest of my life. The podiatrist, she recommended some exercises, some medications, and some physical therapy. And having completed all of those, I've been completely pain-free for the last 2 months. The care I received going through the process, both with my feet and my hands, was phenomenal. I've had, if you include the physical therapy, over 30 visits with 6 different physicians, an MRI, an X-ray, and every single individual I came in contact with was happy, friendly, and caring. We are so blessed to have a locally controlled healthcare system in our community. I've always said it's our community caring for our community. I love to be outside. I've been that way since I was little. Probably what I enjoy most is spending time caring for my property. I've got about 8.5 acres I tend to. My wife and I enjoy camping and boating outside. My family in the last 50-some years has used Adena as our healthcare providers, from the birth of my children to the cancer care and end-of-life care of my father. And I can say I don't know why anyone would need to leave the community for healthcare.